Yeah, we back. Yeah, we back. Now, wow. Today is going to be a follow-up video to one I dropped the other day where I spoke about how the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, is creating new textbooks for the children, right? I spoke about how the power of educating your children, and especially in their history and identity, the effects it has, especially how it shapes their orientation in the world and the effects it has on their thoughts, their actions, their self-esteem, and especially their politics. Now, today is going to be an excellent case study and an excellent follow-up to that video, right? Especially when I spoke about how we've been miseducated as a people. We've been criminally miseducated on our history, our identity, our ancestors, everything in between, bro. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be talking to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Haitian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Miss Dominique Dupuy. All right, Miss Dominique Dupuy. First of all, I just want to say the last name Dupuy is a very honorable and well-respected name in Haitian society. I want to give honor and respect to her first, for that alone. She comes from legendary Haitian stock. She is Haitian royalty. She is descendant of legendary ancestors. But today I'm going to be using her as a case study, right? Because I'm sure her ancestor would love for me to pass this message down to her, right? Because I don't know what came over me, man. The ancestors be talking to me, right? So the ancestor told me, her great-great-grandfather told me to pass on this message to her. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use myself as a vessel to pass on this message. Now, the other day, apparently the French ambassador in Haiti had threw some type of event, some type of get together, because it was the national anniversary of the storming of the Bastille back in 1789 when the French, stormed the Bastille. So the French ambassador decided to, invite all the leaders of the government and all the political leaders to come, to his residence in Haiti for some type of event and get together, and everybody was having drinks and politicking and, things like that, right? So the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Miss Dominique Dupuy, she decided to give a speech in which she paid homage to the French people, talking about the courage and the humanity and the friendship of the French people and all this nonsense, right? The same exact people who had our forefathers and our foremothers in the chains of slavery. Now, what makes it even worse is Miss Dominique Dupuy is the descendant, the great-great-granddaughter of a very honorable ancestor who went by the name of Alexis Dupuy, one of the chief secretaries of Dessalines and Christophe, one of the high-ranking members of the original Haitian revolutionary government, one of the last men to see Christophe alive before he killed himself. Yes, this is the bloodline that she comes from, right? And for those of y'all that have been watching my channel for a very long time, I did videos on how back in 1814, the French government had sent spies to Christophe's territory who presented themselves as ambassadors of the French government. And Christophe had them arrested and killed. He had them executed. And her ancestor, General Alexis Dupuy, was part of the ruling government who made that decision to kill the French ambassador. And now in the modern day, in 2024, you standing in front of the French ambassador talking about how much love and admiration you got for the French ambassador. Man, look how the mighty have fallen. Look how the mighty have fallen. Take a look up on the screen. In December 1815, two important events took place in Haiti. For one, the revolutionary Simon Bolivar arrived in the town of Okai and sought a meeting with General Alexander Pichot, and a French spy named Franco de Medina was captured by King Henry Christophe in 1814, was also interrogated and possibly executed as Christophe refused to strike a treaty with France that would restore colonial status to the island. Now, like I said, her ancestor, her direct ancestor, General Alexis Dupuy, was a member of Christophe's Privy Council. He was a member of Christophe's inner circle, and he was one of the men who made the decision to kill the French ambassador over 200 years ago. And now fast forward to today, his great-great-granddaughter is standing in front of the Frenchman, bowing and scraping again on her knees and paying homage and showing love. Man, listen, look how the mighty have fallen, bro. Look how the mighty have fallen. I'm gonna jump into the footage and I'm gonna come back on my commentary. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Haitians and French must acknowledge and take responsibility to build on this progressive legacy. This cannot be achieved by erasing the wrong suffered, but through establishing a genuine dialogue, continuous and genuine developmental cooperation for the benefit of our two peoples. I therefore take advantage of this solemn occasion, celebrating the vision, courage, pride, and humanism of the French people, to express my hopes for the strengthening of this dialogue and cooperation at this moment, the bond that should unite us through friendship, and mutual respect. In this regard, we commend France's determination to support the political transition ongoing while having, and we thank them for their remarkable support for the National Police of Haiti, who, with a multinational mission already partially on the ground, is bravely working to restore security, to create the conditions conducive to holding elections and restoring the country's democratic institutions.
All right, we back. Now, I can't believe my ears. I can't believe my eyes. The great-great-granddaughter of the honorable, the formidable General Alexis Dupuy, member of the Privy Council, high-ranking dignitary of the Kingdom of Haiti, high-ranking dignitary of the Empire of Haiti, under Dessalines and Christophe, stood in front of the Frenchman, stood in front of the white man, and said, "I salute your courage, your vision, and your humanity." Oh my Lord. Oh my God, man. Look how the mighty have fallen. Look how the mighty have fallen. Oh my God. Our brothers in the Sahel driving the Frenchman out. We over here bowing and genuflecting in front of the Frenchman. This shit is crazy. Now, first things first, I just want to say this newly assembled government in Haiti, it's just more of the same nonsense, the same Western-backed figureheads doing the bidding of the foreigners. I mean, it's all the same nonsense, man. I knew what it was when I seen him go to meet Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. Anthony Blinken, the U.S. Secretary of State, held a meeting on Tuesday at the State Department with Haitian Prime Minister Gary Coney and Foreign Minister Dominique Dupuy to emphasize the significance of the United States backing for Haiti's recently appointed government. Now, obviously, as you can see, I guarantee General Alexis Dupuy, he is backflipping in the grave as we speak. He is diddy bopping in the grave. He is doing the moonwalk in the grave as we speak. You know what I mean? He doing his two-step in the grave as we speak. He dancing and turning and backflipping in the grave. He sees his great-great-granddaughter just, man, goddamn. Baby girl, why would you, baby girl, please don't tell me you about to destroy the honorable Dupuy family name. Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that. You know, you come from good stock. You come from good stock. You know, your great grandfather was one of the mulattoes that was actually, you know, he was riding with the black men. He was riding with the honorable black Haitian men. You know, he wasn't down with them traitors down south that overthrew Christophe's administration and overthrew Dessalines' administration. He was down with the real riders, man. Your great grandfather was a real one. He was a real one, man. He was a real one. He was not one of them mulattoes that was trying to be a dark skinned white man. Nah. He was damn near an honorary black man, if you want to be honest. Now, you know, maybe she doesn't know who her great grandfather, maybe she doesn't know who her ancestor is. So I'm going to give her a history lesson on who her ancestor is, what legendary stock she comes from. Because maybe she don't know. Maybe she don't know. So let's get into it, man. Let's learn about the honorable General Alexis Dupuy. Let's get into it, man. Take a look up on the screen. Who has experienced a more tumultuous and more eventful life than Alexis Dupuy? The soldier in the army who became Dessalines' secretary, then became chief of staff, and finally, a signatory of the Act of Independence. His meteoric rise began when he was peacefully playing dice with his comrades of the 4th Demi Brigade when he was summoned by Dessalines, the general-in-chief. It was just after the victory at the Battle of Vertières, and the British Navy commander Loring was blocking the entrance to the port of Cap Français. He had sent several messages to Dessalines which remained unanswered, and for good reason. These messages of the highest importance, no officer of the general staff was capable of deciphering them. The reason being that no one in Dessalines' army could read or write English. It was then that someone revealed to the general that a certain soldier from the 4th Demi Brigade, a man by the name of Alexis Dupuy, knew how to speak English very well. As one might suspect, Dessalines immediately sent for him. After learning that he was summoned by Dessalines himself, the young man was in despair. He believed that the general was going to shoot him. He bade farewell to his comrades, telling them that he had always been a good soldier and he could not imagine what his crime could be. Dessalines himself presented him with the letters, which he translated. The English Commodore was asking Dessalines to send him pilots so that he could enter the harbor of the Cap, capture the French ships, and then anchor them. After translating the Commodore's letters, Dupuy presented his weapons and was about to return to his post, when Dessalines had told him, "Put down your rifle. You are now one of my secretaries and also attached to my staff as an officer." Appointed as captain, his knowledge of English led Dupuy to become nothing less than general of the armies. Who was this simple soldier, educated enough to be the only man capable of reading and writing English in Dessalines' army? We only know that he was born around 1770, that he was the son of a captain who had sent him to study in Europe, so he had traveled a lot, had worked his way up, and was for a time part of a troop of soldiers known as Jourdan's troop. In fact, Nothing in particular betrays the origins of this man other than his knowledge of English, of which he had perfect mastery, which leads us to suppose that he had spent a long time in England or the United States. Now, time out. Yes, Baron Dupuis, actually, his name Alexis Dupuis, but, he was given the title of Baron under Christophe's government, so we call him, Baron, Baron Dupuis. He spent some time in the United States. I think after Dessalines was assassinated, he spent some years in exile in the United States, and he had amassed a fortune, right? He went to the United States, and I don't know what he did in the United States, but they said he went to the United States and started getting involved in business and commerce, and he got rich. He went to the United States, made a whole lot of money, came back to Haiti, and joined Christophe's government in the north. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I believe it was also him and another gentleman by the name of Jushan Lat, who was also another mulatto who went to the United States and, came back with a whole lot of money. Now let's continue. In the first days of independence, we find Dupuis in the town of Machan, the new capital. Functioning as Dessalines' secretary, he worked closely with the highest authorities in the government. At the time of Dessalines' assassination, Dupuis was at his side. He was immediately taken prisoner by the insurgents, who intended him to be executed, and who would undoubtedly have shot him, just like Bontonnerre, without the timely intervention of the all-powerful Jules Lachenay, who was Pétion's girlfriend at the time. She interceded on his behalf because she was his mistress a few years earlier. Oh my God, time out. Y'all don't know about Jules Lachenay. I should make a video on Jules Lachenay, because guess what? I did not know that she was actually Baron Dupuis' girlfriend. Then she was General Alexander Pétion's girlfriend. And then after Pétion died, she became Jean-Pierre Boyer's girlfriend. Now, here's the thing. As we already know, I told you, Dupuis' background, high-ranking member of the government, right? General Alexander Pétion, the president of the Southern Republic. Then he died, and then Jean-Pierre Boyer became the president of the Republic after he died. So she was basically involved with 3 high-ranking men in the Haitian government, and she was a very powerful woman, very influential woman. I gotta make a video on Jules Lachenay. You know what I mean? Yeah, I gotta, shout out to Jules Lachenay. She was out here, what I'm saying? She was out here doing her thing, Let's continue. She demanded that her former lover be released, and she protected his escape to the north, where he took refuge with Christophe. Christophe rushed to attach Dupuis to his service and made him a baron in 1811. As a noble, he took as his motto, truth without fear. Appointed secretary interpreter of the king, he was called upon to provide his services each time that his knowledge of English justified. It was he, for example, who was designated to go and welcome the 2 young ladies from Philadelphia who Christophe had chosen to be the governesses of his daughters. Dupuis, therefore, accompanied the Americans from their descent from the boat to the halls of the palace, where that very morning they met the king's daughters and shortly after, the king himself. Appointed vice president of the Royal Chamber of Public Instruction, Dupuis occupied very high positions in the royal government and was among the last faithful of Christophe at the time of his fall, and was even present at his side at the palace at the time of his suicide, which occurred on October 8th, 1820. Now, time out. Like it said, when Dessalines was assassinated, Dupuis was right there. When Christophe killed himself, Dupuis was right there. That was one of our honorable ancestors. That was one of the mulattoes that was riding with the black man. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the mulattoes that was really riding with the black man. That's why I say he's an honorary black man. You know what I'm saying? General Dupuis, that's my guy right there. That's my dog right there. Just like Baron de Vasti, that's my guy right there. Those are my mulatto homies right there. Let's continue. In Haiti, all the Dupuis are descendants of Alexis Dupuis, an old family with well-rooted roots in the north. The Dupuis are today scattered all over the country and abroad. Now, listen, Dominique, I had to talk to you. Because maybe you didn't know who your great-great-grandfather was. Maybe you didn't understand the bloodline you come from. So I had to remind you. that yeah, your forefather, he'd be very upset. He told me to tell you that you want some bullshit right now. He told me to tell you that you want some nonsense right now. You should be ashamed of yourself right now. Our ancestors wrote books. They left us literature to read, and they explicitly told us who our enemies were. They explicitly told us who we should have hatred for until the end of time. And you stood in front of the cameras and genuflected in front of the enemy. Genuflected in front of the enemies of our ancestors. Man, destroying the honorable Dupuis family name. Really, really destroying the honorable name of the Dupuis family, man. That's really crazy, man. That's really crazy. You know, that's really crazy. Like, listen, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted because she light skinned. This is a real deal Haitian. She come from the revolutionary, the original Haitians. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted. She not no Lebanese, you know, Jewish immigrant that came to the country in the past 100 years. No, she's from original Haitian stock. Original Haitian stock. All right, and she's not acting like it. She's not acting like it. So I had to drop this video to let her know, baby girl, you acting out of character. You acting out of character. You better get back in character. You better understand who you are. Maybe you forgot who you are. I had to remind you who you are. Anyways, man, it's your boy Neferkari. That's Celine back in the Billy. Yes, indeed. Cash App in the description. Support the album, man. Support the album. Peace.
No. Feel like I'm 75. Know that your team be full of them traders. You know that can never be mine. I'm grabbing a thought when I drive. I'm back in my zone and we young. She said that she ready to come be my wife. Yeah, hoping I don't do her wrong. I gave her my word in this bond. I'm whipping the best like a lamb. I mean no chicken and lamb. Accustomed to call me the man. I never be up on the gram. I'm keeping that way undercover. She want me to tell her I love her. I told her I'm breaking the rules. I told her we making the news. Back in my city they loving me. Standing alone I'm 100 deep. Enemy plotting and still in reach. They trying to make sure that we underneath. Trying to make sure that we never make it. Coming for power, come get acquainted. Coming for everything that I wanted. Feeling like Drake, but I really wrote it. Feeling like Kendrick, I'm checking names. Gotta roll up while I go insane. Got so much stress, I've been gaining weight. Stuffing these racks in this Louis case. One thing for certain, I'm about to check. Keep it 100 and nothing less. Stick with the family since day one. Had to stay down till my day come. Had to stay down, but I'm never patient. Hop on the mic and I'm motivated. Hop on the mic and I drop a classic. Haters can't see me, they copping glasses. Back in the studio making magic. Got a new tape and it's in production. Back on my business, I got a budget. Staying low key when I'm out in public. Feel like I'm 75. Know that your team be full of them traders. You know that can never be mine. I'm grabbing a thought when I drive. I'm back in my zone and we young. She said that she ready to come be my wife. Yeah, hoping I don't do her wrong. I gave her my word in this bond. I'm whipping the best like a lamb. I mean no chicken and lamb. Accustomed to call me the man. I never be up on the gram. I'm keeping that way undercover. She want me to tell her I love her. I told her I'm breaking the rules. I told her we making the news.